watching. Not every last literal person, but everyone watching here. How's it going? I might go downstairs and do some bench press. Hi. Hi. This is what I used to drink when I got in the best shape I'd ever been looking. Diet Cherry Coke. I don't know why they put this kind of bland, stupid looking thing on here, but I like the more red Coke colors. But this is okay. It's just they kind of put like this and black, these colors that are like, I don't know. I liked it when it looked more like better looking colors. It's pretty simple ingredients. It's more simple than you may think. It's really just NutraSweet that's in it. That's the only thing that's kind of like, if you're staying active, it's not going to hurt. It's likely not going to hurt anything or anyone. But not in excess. Just, obviously, I'm not the super expert on physical fitness, but I'm probably going to go downstairs and do bench press. I haven't done the big bench press in a while. I've been doing push-ups. So now maybe I can do some like huge bench press. So I guess I'll go down there. Let's go downstairs. I'm gonna go downstairs. Hi. Just gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna go downstairs. Whew. Hi. I feel pretty good. I guess I'll do some bench press or something. That's what I was planning, to finally get to do bench press. I gotta take a break. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I gotta go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Well, I'm gonna put the heat on a little bit, a small amount. So I've finally gotten better feeling shape because I had not felt the best. I was covering up my body and constantly working on my house, thinking about how to make it better and finally got to not worry about that and work at this, and also, of course, trying to work at getting my kids back, flying to Texas, figuring out how I'm gonna get that. That's been the main thing that I've been thinking about. That's made other things, even if I was working 12 hours a day on this house, what I was really worried about or thinking about was how to get back my wife and kids, or how to get Danica back and my kids. So have you ever seen people do that? Felt like somebody's trying to do something to my own asshole, like I'm gay because I want to look good. You know what? Your appearance goes hand in hand with your health almost every time, unless you're from one of those fat people families who happen to live a long ass time and are still fat. I'm sorry. It literally felt something annoying my own asshole, like I'm a fucking faggot because I want to look better and actually feel okay for once, because my peers are fucking 72 and 75 years old or something. And so no matter what the fuck I look like, they're still gonna think, oh, who cares, you know, look how great he looks because I'm 28 years younger than them or whatever. It's just ridiculous. And then I have to hope that they don't die because they're actually 28 years older. And like, what happened? And then they did it again right there. Something about my own asshole, like I'm supposed to be the fag for trying to finally have no problems with my health, or no worries about my health at all, and finally feel okay, like I'm good looking, and finally not feel like some fucking disgusting person who's like gross or something, that like, I don't know where the fuck that came from, like somebody looking at me like I'm unattractive, and it doesn't feel that good. And also the worries of your health, you know, if you're not in the best health, people worry about their health and stuff. So I'm not gonna worry about an anxiety of a homophobia on my own ass because somebody thinks that because I like to look better, they think that's gay. You know why? Because they are so critical at any age that they're at, that they think because I'm looking good and stuff, but still don't have the low body fat of Sylvester Stallone in his prime on steroids, they think, no, it's not professional and good and really good, what's really cool, you know? So they think that I'm some fag because I don't look quite good enough, and I'm happy and trying to look good in my own stupid ass way that's not really looking good all the way, like they think is the best. No matter what age they are, even if they're 94 about to die, they think, oh, he's a fag or some shit because I'm trying my best to actually look my best, and they think that it's gay for some reason because it doesn't quite look up to their standard of what they want to feel good about, which is not right. That's not right. I know that's wrong, and I don't care. And rather not think about it because it made me feel bad. Why the fuck would somebody want to do something to my own ass in my thoughts of an anxiety of feeling something on my own ass? So stupid, just for trying to finally look okay enough, and finally know beyond knowing that there's almost no way that I'd have a health concern because I'd be healthy enough. So to know that I feel good, look good, feel good about myself and confident, feel like I look attractive in the ways that I want to be with Danica, and have her see me as attractive, and like people not looking down on me for my appearance, not making fun of me for whatever problem they think that I have that's not good enough or whatever. You know, it's like no matter how old people get, they still think, oh yeah, there's something wrong with that person. Yeah, I'm better than them. Like Alf would, even there here and there, part of our relationship, he thought that I was so invincible and had these really good looks, and he wanted to like take that down or something because he thought it was way too much. He thought I was like some super athlete with perfect looks. But then there are still times when he would act like, oh, look at him, who cares if he's gonna die or something, almost. Not really, but he wasn't that bad, but it's just because he thought that I was so super athletic. And instead of working out and stuff, I'm standing here talking, my body looking worse. Obviously right now, right then, my body looking worse, not looking as good, because instead of working out, I was thinking about those other people who, you know, thinking about the godly things and trying to be kind about it and figure out the real reason for it instead of being pissed, like those pissed off people who are always just working out all the time. And that's all I do. But I work out, you can work out a bunch as long as it's not like all you do. You don't want to make that the main thing. God's work is what you really do. God's work is what we really do. But sometimes you want to do things that make you feel okay and happy. And it's not selfish. And this makes me feel happy. And it's not selfish. And now I'm going to pee. Instead of working out, I did that and it made my body look a little worse and stuff. And I had to use the bathroom. I apologize for not being the best filmmaker on earth. All myself with very little budget and also being the leading man superstar like Jason Momoa, who never picked up a camera that much in his entire life or doesn't know how to do much besides modeling and acting and being in front of camera. Those people usually don't know how to do other stuff that well, other than promote themselves at that type of thing. Like Sylvester Stallone, he spent 3 days writing a script. Ooh, he's a screenwriter for 3 days, and then they had all these rewrites done or whatever, and then he promoted it in such a way that he's really brilliant at being a super famous actor and that stuff he does in front of camera. But I apologize for not being able to constantly film it all and do it all myself, away from all others, all by myself, with it not being the best on earth enough to even make $3,000 a month right now at it. Wow. This is a warm-up. I did 40 curls with the 45 pounds upstairs, but this is for chest. Of course, the camera on an iPhone, it said 20% battery out. It had to tell you right then, 20% battery out on the fucking screen as it was filming, to stop the filming and give it a still picture image that entire fucking time. Because don't worry about that stress, I guess. Or I'm not worried about the stress. So I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, you shouldn't have made that sound. Al heard it one time when he was in his room and forever wanted revenge on me. For being quiet and kind about it, literally. So, but he didn't like the way it sounded. It was, he didn't like when people worked out with weights and worked out and were athletic. He never did that. You know, he just kind of, that's how he was. He watched his food, and he was healthy about the way he ate. And if he worked out, it was working at a job. And so he had something kind of personal that he would like to say against people who were athletic. Usually, like his way he thought was the best, that he did naturally without ever having to work at it, other than being a mean ass dick about it. That's how those, you know, I don't really get it. I was made fun of and made fun of and made fun of till I was near death feeling by those kinds of people and other kinds of people who were so mean to me. And I had to find strength training to work hard at building up my health and my good looks and my appearance. You know, when you work out, you can change the way you look. You can make this a chiseled jaw that looks good, and no, it's not cutting into it and hurting your body. You know, those anxiety words at one point did go all away, and I felt amazing. And I had to learn that later in life when I was about in my mid-20s. You know, before then, the entire time they were young men with no problems at all, fitting right in with some other problems that had nothing to do with that. I was being looked down on as the worst of everyone. And that's why God allowed me to be famous, I guess, or kind of famous. It's not that big. I mean, face reality, it's not that big. And and so it's like, but it's like, and then God allowed me to work on my health, actually do the work, no matter how mean or jerk ways of their instinct when they're like pretend. You know, like Pierce Brosnan once talked about, when Pierce Brosnan was younger, he had very good looks, really amazing good looks. And he said it's almost like a game of proving you're the best one in your mind, to, you know, to be that good looking. But I think it comes naturally to some people, and it's good and innocent. It's not mean or bad. It's not always mean or bad. But those people had always looked down on me and done it from a young age. They started standing up for things on their face and stuff. When I wasn't aware of any of it. I was just a kind, regular person. Like, I didn't do any of it that bad. But I was kind of mean too. So people mess up here and there. We all sin. I can't judge Al or the people who didn't make fun of me, or I made fun of them, or they made fun of me, or I don't know. I don't want to judge anyone, but I'm just going to work out. I kind of have to pee. Yeah. Okay, let's really do this. Okay. 45, 35, 25. All on there. Let's see how many reps I can do with this. I'm going to show my son how to really get in good shape. Both my sons. They've been working out with weights a little bit. It helps your physical health, and it's good when you're kind about it. So. Hi. Woo. 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 Wait. Woo. 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 This is chest and triceps that I just did. Woo. You also got to do back when you're doing strength training, and you don't just do one body part, but that could help too if you had to just do one thing like push-ups or something. I've been doing push-ups for a couple weeks here and there. Somebody's commenting on there. See if I can do some heavy. Yeah, I can probably do heavier. It's on a Smith machine, so it's not like free weights of it. It's a little easier. Woo! Ronnie Coleman! But he's older now, and he hurt his back, but he's still in good health besides his back. But he was the strongest person on earth to maybe, I think, to have ever lived as a human. Unless back in the Bible days, people were a little different because they used to live to be like 1,000 years old, 800 years old, and 400 years old. Or about that. I don't know if they lived exactly 1,000 years old. I think Eve lived longer than Adam. I don't know. 45, 35, 25, 25, 50, 80 plus 50. Wait, 45 plus 35 is 80 plus, these are both 25 even though they're different sizes. 45 plus 35 is 80 plus 50. I did the math of 45 plus 35. 4 plus 3 is 70, and I added 0. 40 plus 30 is 70, and then the 2 5s after each one, that's 10 more, 80. 45 plus 35, that's 40 plus 30 plus 10 more, 80. So that's 80 plus 50 is 130. I was trying to teach my kids how to do math in case they're watching. 45 plus 35, that's 80, plus 50 is 130. The other side's 130, 260, plus the bar is 308. 160 for the weights. The bar weighs 45. Wait. 260 for the weights. The bar weighs 45. That's 305. 305 pounds. 305 pounds. I'm gonna big press it. I barely did it one time. I barely did it one time. Now I'm feeling pretty amazing. Hi. I'm not trying to be with anyone besides Danica. I feel like it'll look pretty good. I can sense if something is wrong, and I won't be led into temptation if anyone tries to do any funny. If any woman tries to do anything funny with me, not funny, but you know, it's probably not supposed to be. And I'm really in touch with God and Jesus. I really believe in God and Jesus, so know what's right and wrong, and ask Jesus to protect me from temptation. So I'm hoping to get to be with Danica and the kids. I don't know if that's, it's not the coolest to not fornicate, but I don't want to fornicate ever again. So, whoo, Ronnie Coleman. I don't know. Whoo, Ronnie Coleman. This is what Hugh Jackman, this is, in his prime, this is about the heaviest that he'd work out with. 300 pounds with bench press. But this is on a Smith machine. He did it free weights. And he was way more athletic. That was what he really was pretty amazing at, for being natural. Unless he took something to maintain, to keep the muscle and lower the body fat. But I think he never did any steroids, Hugh Jackman. But I don't know. I don't even know him. One of the hugest famous actors or something. Hi. So I might turn it off. I don't know. Might go upstairs or something. I don't want to take all the weights off. I'm gonna go upstairs or something. Hi. 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 I was gonna turn that off, but I'll turn it down to save money. There's them. I don't know. She doesn't like that picture that much because I photoshopped it. Hey. Woo, Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman. Woo, Ronnie Coleman. Yay. Bye, Skyward. Vice person. Whew. Woo. I'm gonna get a water. I'm gonna get a water. I think. Well, it's a miracle I got back in better shape and feel better. I'd been stressed out since last year sometime. And finally, I'd done some workouts enough to keep some muscle on, so when I really got into working out, my body would be able to do more. I'm doing some muscle here and there when I was able. And then I got better feeling. I was gonna change that cabinet, but I didn't quite get to that last thing to do. That's easy. That old cabinet, that's easy to change. I can, if, say like I had my drill with me, if I could find my drill, I could do it right, and I have the cabinet, I could do it right now. In a level, preferably a level. I don't know why somebody would put it sideways. You just put a level on it. I could do it myself right now. It's very simple. It just takes the regular drywall screws, putting it into the wall in the right place. Usually, you could use a drill bit and drill various things first before you put the screw in, or it may have places just to put them right in. And it's pretty simple. You put actual real drywall screws, which is the simplest kind of way of like that stuff. You don't need like finishing nails or any other kind of screws or nails other than drywall screws and a drill. Those regular screws, drywall screws. I don't know. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta use the bathroom. Ooh, Ronnie Coleman. Ooh, Ronnie Coleman. Yo, I'm a man. See the results of me working out for a week, a bunch. After I'd hung in there, barely hung in there. Sometimes it felt like I didn't know. And then I really worked out a bunch. Yo. Well, I don't know what the lighting is like. Whew. It's hard to tell. For me, because it has a line going across the screen right where I'm trying to look. I got it. Somebody wants me to still. My loved ones, they want you to keep being the same way that you are. It's like you do your best to finally be okay and not have to worry about those problems that you've had to worry about again and again. But, you know, can't even show what that looks like in the mirror. It felt so bad. I was like, will it ever be okay? Or will you have to suffer at something that makes you want to die, that you don't want to work at for so much that it makes you want to die ever again? You want to finally have enough money. Have you ever felt that way, or is it just me? It's likely just me, because other people usually don't want to die because of what their work situation has been, no matter how hard they had to relentlessly work. I think that's just me. So thank God you don't have to suffer for that. and I did, apparently. So this looks better because it covered up what I was actually trying to show, and my arm looks okay or whatever. But you know, this is what I'd like to actually get in shape, this midsection, to where it's not just in a mirror from a pretend long lens that happens to look good from right here. But then when you see it from all the other angles, it's like you'd really have to be feeling great for it to not look that bad. And you'd want it to finally look really good, like no one could ever make fun of you again. So I don't know. And then people take notice of that. They take their main interest. Andrew Carnegie did a study, but you know, those are earthly things. The Bible's what's really most important, not your body, right? Not your body, not feeling okay on earth. It's the Bible doing God's work. But guess what? I like to feel good too, and feeling good does not always mean private parts. Feeling good means I'm happy. Is happy ever allowed? Or is that a new anxiety word that I'm never supposed to say? Happiness is not. You're not supposed to feel happy. Gosh, hasn't been that great looking back on how it's been. But that's likely the devil would try to get people to go against God and say, are you happy with how it's been following God and doing God's work? It's not easy, but it's not all suffering, and sometimes it's okay, and some of it's really good. So I don't want to think about it too much. Are you happy with doing God's plan? Yes, we're happy doing God's plan for us. That's the word I was trying to get. God's plan. God's plan.
Better be a Marvel superhero, 'cause that's good. You know who said? A big rich white guy who came up with all the ideas to get all the credit and glory for it. So that's supposed to be good. No, the Bible's supposed to be good.
But maybe some of that's okay, who knows. It's not my idea. I didn't write that stuff. Stan Lee wrote it. Stan Lee, king of the richest rich people to have ever lived. But maybe he's okay. Maybe he got into heaven somehow. I don't know. Who knows? He looked tormented later in life. Constantly, he felt so bad. I think. I'm still pretty good. I still won't fornicate with anyone. That's not easy to do. And still, you know, when you're not right there with a wife, if you're a man, or a husband, if you're a woman, unless you don't care about that sort of stuff that much. Yo. That doesn't look good enough to be really super amazing. Gosh, no. But it helps doing some kind of strength training. It makes it easier to stay in shape. That and eating more protein. And of course, you want to get a variety of fruits and vegetables and plenty of water. But let's face it, the reason why I don't look that great is because I was eating carbs. Al came here and he had more carbs than other stuff, but he didn't lift weights as much. So, you know, runners can live off of carbs more. Skinny runners. And however, but that's generally not the best way to do it, because it's been proven in many studies that when you eat more protein, it makes it really difficult to get diseases like cancer and I think it helps heart disease. But protein, I know a more protein, well, the macros are the fats, the carbs, the protein, what percent of those you're getting. And if you're getting more protein than carbs and the other stuff and fats and carbs, if you're getting more protein, that fills you, that makes you satiated. It satiates hunger. But I haven't been doing that much because it was not easy. I prefer like really good tasting food that is healthy, but this looks kind of a mess. But this has been refrigerating and then the bottom part of it freezes in there. I haven't cleaned this up for a while. But like I've been eating a little higher carbs until I got in really good shape this past week or two, or 5 days, 4 or 5 days. And I wasn't eating as many carbs. And this is like gluten-free tortillas, and it didn't taste that good. I think maybe the company who made them was not all for gluten-free, but they did it as a way because they thought they're missing out. They wanted to make enough money, because it was like something they could make money at, and so they made a gluten-free tortilla. But this particular brand of it is like not that great tasting. It was not that great tasting. But I had some of that, but I wouldn't eat the whole thing. I'd throw it away because it was like, they didn't like gluten-free as much or something like that, but they still tried their best to, or you know, they made a gluten-free tortilla, but somehow that brand was like, no, traditional Mexican food. Like they probably were like more traditional Mexican food, which is generally not vegan, but there might be some Mexican people who are vegan. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure there are some at least. But vegan something different, gluten free something different. Those are different things. I don't know what I've been eating. Like I was having stuff like this, like yogurt that's high in protein, but it has sugar. You know, it has vanilla and stuff like this, like ricotta cheese or ricotta cheese, ricotta. You know, this doesn't have. Oh, it has protein. I didn't know it had that much protein, 6 grams. I thought it had. Hey, it has more than I thought. And stuff like cheese, a little higher in fat, but it's okay. It has more protein. That's what I had. This is what I had for supper last night. What's left at this part of the cheese. That's what I had for supper. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye. Check out more videos. Dear God and Jesus, be with us on earth to do your work. Amen. Bye.